Over a century ago, Milton Hershey had a bold idea: make chocolate cheap to everyone, not just the affluent. What ensued was a formula so distinctive that it became America's favorite chocolate. Join us on this trip as we learn Hershey's revolutionary procedures and how each bar achieves its ideal texture and taste. Before we dive in, let me know where you're watching from and if you've ever tried Hershey's. Imagine this: a cocoa bean, hand-picked in West Africa, travels across continents, transforming from a raw seed into the smooth, creamy chocolate that millions of people enjoy every day. Welcome to Hershey's, a renowned American chocolate company that began as one man's idea over a century ago and has become a household name throughout the world. Have you ever wondered how the creamy bar in your palm travels from farm to factory to foil? From sustainable sourcing to creative procedures such as conching and tempering, discover how Hershey's unique taste is created. Let's explore this realm of heritage, technology, and flavor. The Hershey tale begins with Milton S. Hershey, a Pennsylvania caramel manufacturer who transformed the chocolate business. In 1893, while touring the World's Fair in Chicago, Hershey was impressed by the chocolate-making technology he witnessed and thought that chocolate might be much more than a luxury commodity exclusively for the wealthy. Determined to make high-quality milk chocolate accessible to the general public, Hershey came home and focused his passion and resources into experimenting with fresh milk as a crucial component rather than the powdered milk used by European chocolatiers. After years of testing, Hershey developed his formula and released the first Hershey's milk chocolate bar in 1900. Hershey founded a chocolate plant in Dairy Township, Pennsylvania, purposely selecting a location near dairy farms that could offer fresh milk on a daily basis. Hershey created not simply a plant, but a complete village surrounding it known as Hershey, Pennsylvania, with inexpensive housing, schools, and entertainment options for his employees. His ambition was to build a community where workers and their families could flourish, combining social responsibility with business, and this mentality has become an indelible part of the Hershey legacy. Hershey's dedication to quality begins with the cocoa beans, which are largely sourced from Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire, countries noted for producing some of the world's best cocoa beans. Hershey's is heavily involved in sustainable sourcing techniques, as seen by their Cocoa for Good campaign, which debuted in 2018. This initiative goes beyond fair pricing by concentrating on improving the livelihoods of West African cocoa producers, providing education and encouraging sustainable agricultural techniques that safeguard both farmers and the environment. To guarantee ethical sourcing, Hershey collaborates with groups like as Fairtrade USA and UTZ Certified, which monitor labor conditions and maintain environmental standards. Working with cooperatives in these locations allows Hershey to get high-quality beans while also benefiting local communities. The cocoa beans are sun-dried for several days before being delivered to Hershey's Pennsylvania facility. Upon arrival at the facility, the cocoa beans are thoroughly cleaned and sorted to ensure that only the best beans are utilized. First, air currents remove debris, then sieves filter out contaminants. Hershey's quality control procedures guarantee that each bean satisfies rigorous size, color, and overall quality requirements before it is roasted. Roasting allows the beans to acquire their individual tastes, which will eventually distinguish Hershey's chocolate. The beans are placed in enormous rotating ovens and roasted at highly regulated temperatures ranging from 250 degrees to 350 degrees, with the exact duration varies according to the bean variety. This critical stage might take 30 to 60 minutes, letting the beans' natural oils to release and enhance their tastes and smells. Once roasted, the beans are cracked apart, and the inner nibs are removed from the outer shells, with the nibs proceeding to the grinding stage. The roasted cocoa nibs are mashed into a thick, creamy paste called cocoa liquor. During this procedure, Hershey's employs precise technology to obtain an ultra-smooth consistency, which is required for the creamy texture of their chocolate. This grinding process also creates heat, which melts the cocoa butter within the nibs and blends perfectly with the cocoa solids to make the cocoa liquid. At this point, Hershey meticulously divides the chocolate liquid into cocoa butter and cocoa solids. Cocoa butter adds to the smooth, melt-in-your-mouth texture of chocolate, and cocoa solids provide the rich, chocolatey flavor. Hershey's can achieve varied textures and tastes by fine-tuning the cocoa solids to cocoa butter ratio for each of its chocolate products. This balance is crucial for Hershey's characteristic creamy flavor. Once the cocoa liquid is finished, it's time to add the other vital components that complete Hershey's signature taste. Fresh milk from over 1,000 local farmers is mixed with sugar to make a thick, taffy-like consistency. Hershey's unique technique, known as lipolysis, gives the chocolate a faint tang that distinguishes it from competing brands. This milk-sugar combination is then mixed with cocoa liquor to create chocolate crumb, a gritty substance that serves as the base for Hershey's milk chocolate. This crumb is then combined with more cocoa butter, which enhances the chocolate's richness and smooth texture. Hershey has spent decades perfecting this balance, ensuring that each bar has the optimal flavor, mouthfeel, and texture. The blending process is meticulously supervised, with ingredients added in precisely controlled ratios to ensure the chocolate's constant quality and flavor. The chocolate crumb combination is now refined and conched, two procedures that are important to changing it into the smooth chocolate we know. Conching requires kneading and aerating the slurry using huge granite rollers for 24 to 72 hours. This technique not only removes any leftover coarse particles, but also allows the flavors to fully emerge. Hershey's conning machines are expertly calibrated to provide a rich, creamy texture by combining reciprocating and longitudinal processes depending on the product. Conning improves the taste profile of the chocolate by constantly swirling and aerating it, eliminating any remaining bitterness and leaving a smooth, velvety chocolate paste. This step is critical for developing Hershey's distinctive, mellow flavor. Following conching, the chocolate paste is tempered, which involves careful heating and chilling to stabilize the cocoa butter. Tempering gives the chocolate a glossy sheen, a pleasant snap when broken, and optimal resistance to melting at room temperature. Hershey's employs modern tempering machinery to precisely control temperature changes, which are crucial for achieving the proper crystal structure in cocoa butter. Once tempered, the chocolate may be sculpted into Hershey's characteristic forms. The liquid chocolate is poured into unique molds, including the classic Hershey's bar, which has distinct portions. The molds are put on vibrating conveyors to eliminate air bubbles and produce a smooth, solid bar. From here, the chocolate is progressively cooled as it passes down a lengthy tube, forming its final shape. The cooled chocolate bars are now ready to wrap and package. Hershey's wraps each bar with accuracy and efficiency using sophisticated high-speed machinery that keep the chocolate fresh and protected. The original maroon and silver Hershey's wrapper is both iconic and functional, designed to keep the chocolate fresh while preventing air and moisture from harming its quality. Hershey is also devoted to ecologically friendly packaging. The firm employs recyclable materials and is migrating to more environmentally friendly solutions, such as paper packaging for some items. This dedication to package sustainability is consistent with Hershey's overall aims of decreasing waste and lowering its environmental impact. Each wrapped bar is then bundled, shipped, and distributed to retailers worldwide, reaching shelves in more than 60 countries. Hershey's commitment to sustainability extends beyond packaging and chocolate sourcing. As climate change, deforestation, and water scarcity threaten the chocolate business, Hershey is attempting to reduce its environmental effect. The firm has lofty aims of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 50% by 2030 and providing farmers with sustainable agriculture practice training to help them adapt to changing environmental circumstances. Hershey's Cocoa for Good initiative encourages sustainable growing practices that maintain soil health and biodiversity while boosting farmers' incomes. By investing in these initiatives, Hershey assures that its chocolate manufacturing is ethical and ecologically responsible, aiming to have a good influence on cocoa farming communities and the environment as a whole. Conclusion: Hershey's chocolate legacy, from its humble beginnings in a tiny Pennsylvania village to its global recognition, Hershey's has been dedicated to quality, innovation, and sustainability. Each bar of Hershey's chocolate reflects a laborious process, from hand-picking cocoa beans in West Africa to the cutting-edge technology that creates its smooth, creamy consistency. Hershey's commitment to ethical sourcing, environmental management, and community involvement has established the benchmark for responsible chocolate production. Whether you're eating a classic Hershey's bar, a Hershey's Kiss, or one of their numerous chocolate inventions, you're tasting almost a century of skill and care. Hershey's chocolate is more than just a delight. It's a symbol of history, quality, and a dedication to a sustainable future, produced with the perfection that has made it a family favorite for decades.